Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Later today, January 11th, 2016, the College Football Playoff National Championship will begin between the 13-1 Alabama Crimson Tide and the 14-0 Clemson Tigers. This will be a rigged sporting event. The outcome is already determined. Alabama will win the championship. It is in the bag. I'm about to show you why. You have to learn this language of gematria. The truth is in the record 13-1 for Alabama, as well as 14-0 for Clemson. Let's start with 13-1, which is a lot like 131. The word championship has a gematria of 131, and so does the name Super Bowl, which is no coincidence. The reason this is so is because these leagues are run by Freemasons and Zionist Jews who practice this language of gematria. Earlier this year, the Carolina Panthers were 14-0, not far from Clemson, and they lost at 14-0. End equals 14, so does dead. Think of the sign dead end. The NFL season used to be 14 games. No coincidence. There's a whole lot more that's interesting that I'm about to reveal. We're going to talk about the quarterbacks, the running back who won the Heisman Trophy 31 days ago. That's significant because Alabama equals 31. Alabama's going for their 16th national title in the year 2016. And we'll talk more about that. I even have a score prediction at the end, which will help you gamblers. I really think this score is going to be 33-17, but I'll get to why. Within the name gematria of the teams, nothing stands out too much. Tigers is a name with 33 gematria. The game's on the 33rd parallel. Their colors are orange. Orange is the only color with a gematria of 33. 33 is oftentimes the number that gets sacrificed in the big championship games. There's sacrifices to the rule, but it does happen. The Denver Broncos won Super Bowl 33 on a date with 131 numerology, like Super Bowl, also a date with 33 numerology, and the Broncos wear orange. However, the Broncos have lost a lot more in Super Bowls than they've won. So there's exceptions to the rule, but oftentimes 33 is the number of sacrifice. Nick Saban is chasing Bear Bryant's record of 6 championships. If he wins today, which I'm pretty sure he will have 5. Bear Bryant won it in 64. We'll talk about what that has to do with the quarterback of Alabama in just a moment. The name Nick Saban has gematria of 74 the big way, 47 the small way. Very special numbers. I talked about these numbers in last year's college championship between Oregon and Ohio. Oregon is the 33rd state, the only with a gematria of 74. Ohio is one of 2 with a gematria of 47. The other is Nevada. There was recently a car crash joke in Nevada where a woman supposedly ran over people on purpose. The person she killed was Ashley Buckeye. Nevada and Ohio are the only 2 states with 47 gematria. These Masonic numbers get riddled into news stories the same way they get riddled into sports. The same Masonic Zionist gang is controlling the whole show by their numbers. This is no joke, no coincidence. The first ever college basketball championship in the history of NCAA was between Oregon and Ohio as well. Oregon won that one. Last year, Ohio won. These are Masonic tributes. They happen all the time. There was a big one in yesterday's Minnesota game. I have a video on it. Anyhow, Nick Saban, Masonic man. And look at his birthday, Truth Seeker. October 31st. There's no zeros in numerology. It's like 131, just like championship and Super Bowl. When you write out the word 57, it equals 131. That's a side point, but another number that shows up in football a lot. Nick Saban also has birth numerology, life lesson number of 57. Also, birth numerology of 111, the championship's on January 11th, 111. So Nick Saban, some serious alignment with today. He's facing Dabo Swinney, the coach of Clemson. He has some things that are interesting in gematria. His name, Dabo Swinney, even sums to 131. That doesn't necessarily mean he'll win the championship. It could just be the honor of being in it, something that most college coaches can only dream of. So a rare feat just to make it. Think about how many college teams there are. His birth numerology, he has a life number of 119, like all-seeing eye, like Star of David, very special numbers to the Masons and Zionists. He also has birth numerology of 31. He's against Alabama. He might be the bait for the big Alabama win. You know, Alabama, this historic football program. Last year, Oregon lost to Ohio State, another historic football program. The coach had name gematria lining up with last year's date. They lost. Oregon, the 33rd state, the only with 74 gematria. 47, also a special number in football history. That's the year of the first Super Bowl. So anyhow, get this. Alabama wins in gematria the small way, sums to 33, just like 16. They're going for their 16th title. Alabama the big way sums to 96, just like 16. 16 is the only number with 33 and 96 gematria. This pairing makes me think that Alabama very likely will win with 33 points today. You know, we're in the year 16, 2016. They're going for number 16. It all just fits too well. It makes me think it's really going to happen. He's chasing Bear Bryant, former Alabama coach. He'll have number 5. He'll be undisputed at number 2. 2 Alabama coaches at the top. Check out their QB that they got going tonight. Jake Coker. What a name. Jake Coker. Show you what's up with this. His birth name, Bryant Jacob Coker, has gematria of 64. Bear Bryant is the record college coach who won it in 64 with Alabama. His name, Jacob Coker, gematria of 83, just like the word football. Tonight's game starts at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. 8-3. Best college QB class, they say class of 83. Earlier this year, I showed how the whole Ravens football roster, every QB on the roster has 83 name gematria. Manchurian Athletes Truth Seeker. Joe Namath, who won it in 64. Joe Namath, gematria at 33. What do you know? Bear Bryant has gematria of 106. If you missed my videos from this weekend showing all the NFL rigging, I talked about how huge the number 106 was. Before the Packers game happened, I said they'll likely win it coming into the playoffs 10-6. It's easy to see once you know what they're doing. Once you recognize the pattern, it's all mathematics the way they have this rigged. If you think that's crazy, go back and watch all my work and all that I predicted right using these skills. I mean, my work is undisputable. I make mistakes, but the fact that they're doing this is, you can't dispute it. You can only deny it. You can only lie to yourself about it. Anyhow, Alabama had the Heisman winner this year, a junior. It often is the junior because the junior is the only year that has 33 gematria, just like Heisman. And with the S exception, it sums to 42 like Freemason the small way. Ohio State won it last year with 42 points, which we'll talk about. He won it on a date, December 12th, 2015, a date with 39 numerology. The word trophy equals 39. He got the Heisman Trophy on that date. Remember, in history, another important trophy in football, the Vince Lombardi Trophy that the Super Bowl winner gets. Vince Lombardi died September 3rd, 1970, the day before the 70 season began. A date with 82 numerology. The name Vince Lombardi equals 82. September 3rd can also be written 3/9, a lot like 39 for trophy. Excuse me, having some breathing problems. Anyhow, the day he won, December 12th, 12 times 12 equals 144. This year's national championships in Glendale, Arizona, which has gematria of 144. Last year, the football teams that competed in the Super Bowl, the Seahawks and the Patriots, were both 14-4 coming in. It was the first Super Bowl with a Scientology commercial. Scientology has gematria of 144, just like Glendale, Arizona, just like Mark of the Beast. Special numbers. Last year's Super Bowl halftime was all about Revelation 4:7 and 7:4. The number 144,000 is mentioned there. You learn this number code, where it comes from, how it connects to so many things. You see what they are doing. They're using the Bible as a playbook as well, which is insane once you recognize it. Some of you probably think I'm crazy, but you look at these videos, you're going to be realizing, oh shit, he's right. Glendale, the small way, also equals 33 on the 33rd parallel. Arizona has that 39. Gematria, like trophy. The year of the trophy and the championship for Alabama, again coming 31 days apart. Alabama equals 31 from trophy to championship. 12-12, 111. Here's what else is interesting with this running back. A few more interesting things. His birthday is identical to Deshaun Watson in terms of numerology. Deshaun Watson was the runner-up for the Heisman. This is also the quarterback of the Clemson team. So the stars of these two teams have identical birth numerology. Notice 137, 47, 38, 118. This is for the running back, Derrick Henry, who just won the Heisman. 137 is the 33rd prime number, by the way. There's that 47 again. 38, the reflection of 83, like football. Now here's Deshaun Watson's birth numerology. 137, 47, 38, 118. The phrase "just do it," Nike's phrase, has gematria of 118. Remember to see if these guys ever sign with Nike. Nike makes all the college football uniforms. Nike has gematria of 39. Nike's really just a part of this major gang. It's not... so many things to talk about, Truth Seeker. These major corporations, they're all, they're essentially shill companies for the gang that rules over us, the gang that rules by the numbers. Oregon coming out of the 33rd state. So many things to say, so little time. My videos are capped at 15 minutes because I'm in bad standing for telling the truth. Clemson, established in 1896, the year 96. I saw on ESPN this morning, the front page of the NCAA had a 1 minute, 20-second timer. That's probably no coincidence. See? I suspect the score will be this, though, Truth Seeker. This is it. Because of the 16, the Alabama wins, and because Super Bowl 50 is approaching, I think the final score will be 33-17 in favor of Alabama, summoned to 50 to get us warmed up for Super Bowl 50. Last year it was like this. Buckeyes lift trophy, winning with 42 points over Oregon. Buckeyes lift trophy has gematria of 96, like Freemason, the number we just talked about, with Alabama wins in 16. The word Mason also equals 62. 42 plus 20, 62 points in that game. I still remember how it was called. The announcer screamed out, "Dots the eye of this national championship win," with the final touchdown that took it to 42 points. Remember, the word Freemason equals 42. They scored that with 28 seconds left. Buckeyes equals 28. These announcers, these coaches, bunch of Masons, rigging it by the numbers. So the score's in before the game's over. Until next time, Truth Seeker.